Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We are going to take one of those ridiculously long product titles for high-performance RAM and figure out what actually matters for your PC.
Okay, so you're shopping online, right? And you come across this. I mean, seriously, it looks less like a product name and more like someone's password, or maybe a cat just walked across their keyboard. So what does all this techno-babble actually mean?
You know, buried inside that absolute jumble of letters and numbers is a whole lot of information about what this memory can do for you. So let's break it down, piece by piece.
All right, first things first, we're going to crack the code on this thing, starting with the most important specs. Think of this as step one to becoming a much smarter PC builder. Okay, here we go, the core specs. First up, 32 GB, 2 by 16 GB. That's your total memory size. And 32 gigs is a pretty sweet spot for modern gaming and creative work. The key here is the 2 by 16 GB part. It means you've got two sticks, which lets your system run in dual-channel mode for way better performance. Next, DDR5. Easy enough, that's just the latest generation, the newest standard. Then you see 6400 megahertz. That's the clock speed, basically how fast it is. And the cool part is, you don't have to be a tech genius to get that speed. You just hop into your PC settings, your BIOS, and enable a profile. It's called XMP if you have an Intel system or EXPO for AMD. One click, and you're done. Finally, CL32. This is your latency. Think of it as the delay before the RAM responds to a request. And with latency, the rule is simple: lower is always better. A lower number here means a snappier feel in games and things loading just a little bit faster.
But look, performance isn't just about the numbers on a spec sheet. When you have components running this fast, they get hot, really hot. And managing that heat, it's absolutely critical. So how did the designers tackle this heat problem? Well, they got inspired by volcanoes. Yeah, seriously, they're channeling that whole concept of converting hot and cold energy to pull heat away from those super sensitive memory chips. And you can see that volcanic inspiration in the design. Every little detail here is engineered for one thing and one thing only: cooling. You've got these layers of aluminum, that sandblasted texture that looks like basalt rock, and a high conductivity thermal pad sandwiched in there. It's all designed to work together to keep this RAM stable, even when you're pushing it to its absolute limits. And how thick is that heat spreader? Just 2 millimeters. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but in the world of PC components, that's a pretty serious shield against the kind of performance-killing heat these high speeds can generate. Okay, so that's the outside. Now let's go a layer deeper and look under the hood at the internal tech that's actually driving all this performance. So inside this thing, the performance is really built on three key pillars. First, you've got high-quality ICs. These are the little black integrated circuits, the brains of the operation. The manufacturer uses a special grading technique to pick the absolute best ones. In this case, it's something called A-die, which is known for being super stable at high speeds. Second, stable power delivery. There's a dedicated power management chip on board just to make sure the electricity flow is clean and stable. And third, and this is a big one, on-die ECC for system stability. Okay, so what is on-die ECC? This is a really critical feature in all new DDR5 memory. The best way to think about it is like a real-time spell checker for your data. It's constantly looking for and correcting tiny errors on the fly before they can ever cause a problem. So what does that mean for you? It means fewer random crashes, fewer weird glitches when you're in the middle of an intense gaming session or exporting a big video project. It's stability that's baked right into the chip itself. All right, so what about the name on the box? T-Force. It's not just some cool-sounding label they slapped on there. It actually tells us exactly who this RAM is designed for. See, the company, TEAMGROUP, actually has different product lines for different kinds of users. On one side, you have T-Force. This is their gaming brand. It's all about raw speed, quality, and that aggressive, muscular design. Their goal is literally to break speed limits. But then you have T-Create. This line is for creators, video editors, 3D artists, people like that. For them, the focus shifts to rock-solid stability and a cleaner, more minimalist aesthetic. It's a perfect example of how high performance can mean totally different things to different people. Okay, so let's pull this all back together. We've looked at the raw specs, the cooling design, the tech inside, and even the branding. So what does a word like extreme in that crazy long product title really mean? Well, extreme isn't just one thing. It's the combination of everything we've talked about. It's the blazing fast 6400 megahertz speed. It's the advanced volcano-inspired cooling. It's the rock-solid stability you get from on-die ECC. It's the quality of the hand-picked components, and it's the fact that it's all wrapped up in a purpose-built design just for gamers. So, here's the key takeaway. Behind every one of those confusing product titles, there's a story of really deliberate engineering choices. It's this careful balance of raw speed, clever cooling, and reliable tech. And now you know how to read that story. Which leaves us with a final question. As our games and our apps demand more and more, what's the next generation of performance actually going to look like? Which of these elements will matter most?